So this exercise is called color work. And I got this information from some CDs that Mark Grant has for sale online. They are EMDR CDs. EMDR is the approach that I specialize in. But this work that I call color work is a very good way to learn how to feel your way through your feelings. Being able to feel your feelings is a very healthy way for actual healing to happen in your nervous system. And it's something we don't really know that much about. You know, a lot of people, they do some healing work and they know they have to get in touch with their feelings, but don't really know how to go through that. So this is an excellent strategy I have learned, and I'm very happy to be able to teach it to you today. So color work is where you actually will notice where the feeling is in your body. If you're upset at work and all of a sudden you're feeling really angry and you just want a way to calm this down, you can just feel your way through it for a moment. And your brain is very smart. Your brain wants you to feel better. So when you notice the feeling in your body, you're directing your brain where to go do the work. And if you allow yourself a moment where you can actually sit down, excuse me, not push the feeling away, and I'll walk you through this process of what I call color work. And it's a really good way to learn how to, in a manageable way, feel your feelings. This way, so you don't feel so out of control, it gives you a more concrete way to work with your feelings. So sit down somewhere comfortable, close your eyes if that feels okay, and have a nice breath in, and just feel your body supported by the chair. So if you're sitting with an emotion, and it seems to sort of be hanging out, what it is that an emotion is released from our brain and they flow through our body, and they usually sit somewhere. There's usually a place where your body's holding that emotion. So if you take a moment, take the awareness of your mind, do a scan through your body and see where the emotion is sitting. For example, it might be sitting down in your stomach, sometimes sort of sitting in your chest or lung area, it might be sitting in your shoulders. Sometimes clients will tell me that it's just up in their head, but if you take a moment, so you might be feeling it in your head, but usually it's also somewhere else down in your body. So if you have a breath in, take the awareness of your mind, do a scan through your body. Usually you'll find that the emotion is sitting also lower down in your body somewhere. So you just want to be aware of where it is, what it looks like, and we're going to give it a picture. And then we're going to walk through it, how your brain can actually process through the feeling if you allow yourself to feel it. So just notice where it is in your body, and we're going to give it a picture. So for example, maybe it's anger, and maybe it's sitting down in your guts. A lot of people can relate to that. So just be aware, if that emotion could have any color at all, what color do you think it would be? And just use your imagination, and we're just practicing. There's no right or wrong answer. A very common color, of course, for anger is red. Not always, though. Whatever color it is for you is fine, and whatever the disturbance is, whatever the emotion is for you, we can work with that as we walk through this together. So you give it a color, and try to notice what size and shape it is. Sometimes it's bigger than your body. That's okay. Whatever's there is just fine. We'll work with it. And then we want to notice the density. Is there any heaviness to it? Is there a bit of weight, or is it a bit lighter? Often there's a bit of weight to it, but not always. And then notice if there's any texture or temperature. Texture could be like it's kind of rough or smooth. Maybe it's like kind of melding and changing a little bit. And temperature would be warm, cool, or neutral. So just breathe, have your eyes closed, notice where it is, what it feels like, what it looks like. And as you notice those things, you're putting your brain to work on it, and you're saying to your brain, look, let's go through this process, and I'm going to feel my way through it. This way your brain can decrease the intensity and eventually let it go. But you just have to sit with it for a moment. Now the background workings of your mind may go to work and start changing those qualities because we've given more information for your brain to go on. So it might start becoming a little bit smaller. Maybe it changes color. I call this color work because I find working with the colors very powerful. to just start changing these different qualities. Now, if your brain doesn't start doing it in the background automatically, we're going to help it along. So just notice again where it is, what it feels like, what it looks like. Just keep your eyes closed, keep breathing. Now, what color could you imagine would feel better? If you could just use the power of your imagination, change the color, and just try out another color and see if that helps feel a little bit better. Then you can try changing the size or the shape. For the most part, making it a little bit smaller. Maybe a little bit smoother around the edges if it's kind of rough, but use your imagination. Try what you think will work and just see how it goes. And you're just feeling your way through your feelings and helping your brain to process through it. Next, try changing the texture. Then try changing the temperature. If it's warm, make it cool. You can do that by changing red to blue, for example. Sometimes clients get very creative and will pour like water on it or put ice packs on it to cool it off. With this work, you can be very creative, and that's very helpful. To get right into it and start really working with your brain to help your emotional processing and help your emotional health. So as time goes by, just keep breathing, change those qualities, change the color. If it's big, maybe flatten it out. If it's heavy, make it light by turning it into a mist or a fog. That kind of stuff, and it can be really helpful. So that's the exercise I call color work. Eventually you can feel your way through it. If you're out somewhere in public and you just want to do a shortcut with it, just change the color. Change the color, change the color, change the color, and then usually it goes away. So just changing the color is kind of a shortcut if you don't have time to sit down and walk through all the different qualities of the shape of the emotion. So I hope that exercise is helpful for you. And again, I get that information from the CDs by Mark Grant that you can order online. Thank you very much.